Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a long-awaited book haul because I have 39 books to show you. I think the last time I did a book haul was in February, so this is a culmination of a few months. This isn't like just 1 month or something. It's over the course of a few months. There's been some crazy sales that just capture me in. There was Prime Day, Barnes & Noble book haul, Book Outlet is always a good choice. So let's just get started because I have so many books to show you. So some of these books I don't exactly remember where I got them, but if I do remember, I will definitely let you know. This first book I don't remember, but if I had to guess, I would say Amazon, and that is Listen to Your Heart by Casey West. So if you don't know, I absolutely love Casey West. I talk about her a lot, so I'm gonna stop raving because I love her so much. She's great. So this follows a girl named Kate who is pretty shy, doesn't like to go out of her way to talk in front of people, and one day her best friend convinces her to join the school's podcast. So it's lots of fun. Casey West's books are filled with romance and they're just so cute. She's definitely my favorite contemporary author. If you haven't read a book by her, definitely pick one up. The next book I'm pretty sure was also from Amazon, and that is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. I owned the second one, so I needed to get the first one, obviously, so I could read it, which I still haven't. It's fine. I don't know much about the series. I've heard mixed things. I think it follows a person, guy, man, boy, I don't know, named Laszlo Strange, and there is a mysterious town called Weep that people have forgotten about, so Weep's not actually its real name. Something that probably does not sound intriguing at all because I don't know anything about this book. I've heard the writing is really beautiful and like lyrical maybe, and I have had struggles with lyrical writing before, so I'm kind of nervous, but hopefully I love it. This next book I think I got at Half Price Books, and that is Fairest by Marissa Meyer. This is Levana's story from the Lunar Chronicles. I have already read this one, so that's great. I love the Lunar Chronicles so very much. This next book was given to me by my brother, and that is Eragon by Christopher Paolini. I already own a copy, but he was going through his room and he found this, so I was like, sure, I'll take it. I haven't read the series yet, and I've been meaning to for so long. It's one of those series that has been on my shelves the longest, probably. All I know is it's about dragons, and I love dragons, and I don't read enough stories about them, so I should probably start this soon. This next book my brother also gave to me, and that is Inheritance by Christopher Paolini. This is the last book in the Eragon series, and it is massive, but once again, he was going through his room, had it. I didn't actually own this one yet, so that is good. Now I do. It's giant. And yet another one my brother found in his room, and that is The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. This is book 5 in the Percy Jackson series. This is my 3rd copy of the book. You know, I'm a book collector, what can I say? Ooh, I have some pretty books to show you. These next books are probably my favorite books of this book haul because I've been on the hunt for them for so many years, and I finally found a box set of them at Half Price Books. It was like $30, and I'm really excited, and that is the White Twilight editions. Look how beautiful they are. I just love them so much. Okay, I really don't want to pull them out because it's so hard to put them back in, but I have to show you what they look like. Alright, these are going to mess with my white balance so much, but it's so worth it. So here's Twilight. So pretty. I love it so much. Here's New Moon. Here's Eclipse, Breaking Dawn, and finally The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner. This one's so cool. Those are so beautiful. Now I have to put them all back in the box. I'll be back in like an hour. This next book I got on Amazon, and that is The Rest of the Story by Sarah Dessen. I don't know anything about this book because Sarah Dessen is an auto-buy-author for me, so I don't need to know anything about her books when I buy them. She is also one of my favorite contemporary authors, so I'm really excited to read this. Cannot believe I haven't read it yet because it's been out for a few months, but I'll get to it. This next book I have is Ghosts of the Shadow Market by Cassandra Clare, Sarah Reese Brennan, Maureen Johnson, Kelly Link, and Robin Wasserman. This is a part of the Shadowhunter Chronicles. I have not read it yet because I'm waiting for when I finish Queen of Air and Darkness, but I'm really excited because I heard this has Gem in it, so. This one is a nonfiction book, and that is Into the Mist by David Brill. I got this at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and it's about all of the deaths and disasters that have happened in that national park, and it's so fascinating, but also kind of creepy because I read about the deaths and then I go to the places where people died, and it's like spooky. This next one is Orange Volume 1 by Ichigo Takano. I got this on Amazon, and this was my first manga. It follows a girl who receives a letter 10 years, like from herself 10 years in the future, saying that there's a new boy in class, something's gonna happen to him, you have to save him. It's really cute. I love the friendship in this book. Yeah. This next one I got for Prime Day, I believe, and that is Dragon Pearl by Yoon-ha Lee. This is a part of Rick Riordan Presents, and this is, I believe, Korean mythology. I love all sorts of mythology, so I'm really excited to read this one. The next book was also from Prime Day, and that is A Curse to Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kimmerer. I think, don't hold me to this, I think it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but I know it has cerebral palsy representation, which is going to be really cool to read about. The next 3 books were also from Prime Day, and that is this trilogy, which is A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab. I'm really excited that these were all on Prime Day because I have heard nothing but good things, and I have never read a V.E. Schwab or Victoria Schwab book. So I'm excited to have all of these so I can just marathon them. The next book was also from Prime Day, and I know nothing about it, and that is Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan. I have heard mixed things, but this has nothing to do with it. Look how cool this is. It says, "Let them fear her." So next from Amazon, I purchased Orange Volume 2 and Orange Future by Ichigo Takano. This is a part of the Orange series, obviously. This is just the continuation. Orange Volume 2 is definitely my favorite of the 3. The next book I decided to purchase was The Problem with Forever by Jennifer L. Armentrout. I got this one because I had already read it. This was my first Jennifer L. Armentrout book, and since then I have read more of hers, and I am so obsessed. She has quickly become a favorite author, so I had to buy this book because I had already read it and I wanted to own it. This follows a girl named Mallory who has been homeschooled pretty much her whole life, and I think it's her senior year of high school. She decides to go back to a regular school, and she runs into Ryder Stark, who she has like a history with, but reading this book at the beginning, we don't know what that history is. We just know that there's this really strong bond there, but they haven't seen each other in quite a while. The next book I got on Amazon, and that is Sinner by Maggie Stiefvater. This is book 4 in the Wolves of Mercy Falls series. I have been reading the series, so I went ahead and picked up the 4th one because this is the only one I didn't own yet. The next book I have is House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin A. Craig. This is from Book of the Month YA, which I am an affiliate of, so if you want to sign up, you can use my link down below with the code I have in the description to get your first box for $10, which is really awesome. This is a beautiful hardcover, and I'm really excited to read this. I don't know what it's about. I know there's like 12 sisters, people die. That's all I got. The next book I have is I Will Always Write Back by Caitlin Alafranca and Martin Gonda. This is a nonfiction book about 2 pen pals, one from the US and one from Africa. It is probably my favorite book I have read so far in 2019, and I would definitely recommend it to everyone. The next few books I got from Book Outlet, and the first one is Flame in the Mist by Renee Audier. I think this is a loosely based Mulan retelling, but don't hold me to that. But that's all I know. I also picked up A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This is a, I think, short story set in this world. I own the trilogy, like the original 3 first books, because I think a 4th one's coming out, but I own the first 3, so I went ahead and picked this up from Book Outlet so I can hopefully marathon them because I've never read them. Another book from Book Outlet is Fire with Fire by Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian. This is book 2 in this series that I know absolutely nothing about, but I picked it up because Jenny Han, and I've heard great things from my friend Robbie about Siobhan Vivian, but I've never read anything by her yet. Another book I got for super cheap on Book Outlet is King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. This is book 1 in a new series in the Grishaverse, I think. That's all I know, but look under the cover. The next books I got from Book Outlet were a part of a box set, and that is the School for Good and Evil box set. And this first book is The School for Good and Evil. Okay. Second book is The School for Good and Evil, A World Without Princes. And the third book is The School for Good and Evil, The Last Ever After. I'm really excited. All I know about this is it follows two girls. One thinks, oh, I'm gonna be in the evil school. One thinks, oh, I'm gonna be in the good school, but they end up in the other school that they think they should be in. Pretty sure it's middle grade. I'm really excited about it. And I got another box set from Book Outlet, and that is the 100 box set. So book 1 is the 100, book 2 is Day 21, book 3 is Homecoming, and book 4 is Rebellion. I have read the first book before, but now I own all of them. I'm pretty sure this is all of them, so I can binge them and finally know what happens. The next book I have is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. I bought this book at LeakyCon because Maureen Johnson was there, so I got it signed by her. The next book I got is from Amazon, and that is The First Time She Drowned by Carrie Clutter. I recently read this book for the reading rush, but I had the art copy, so I wanted to go ahead and buy a finished copy. This follows a girl named Cassie who at the beginning is in a mental institution, and she tells us that she is in there basically against her will and she didn't do what they are saying she did. Alright, the rest of these books are from the Barnes & Noble book haul sale that they just had. I went a little crazy, so don't judge me. The first book I have is Dry by Neil and Jared Schusterman. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. This book follows a world that basically goes dry and water pretty much runs out, which is a scary thought. The next one I have is Girls with Sharp Sticks by Suzanne Young. This is the first book in this new series of hers. I know absolutely nothing about this book, but I love Suzanne Young, so I went ahead and picked it up. This next book is a behemoth of a book, and I went ahead and picked it up because I honestly don't know if I would ever find it anywhere cheaper for brand new condition, and that is The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. All I know about this book is it is a standalone fantasy. I'm pretty sure there's dragons and like maybe dragon riders or dragon fighters or something in here, but it's giant and I am scared. The next book I have here is Arch Enemies by Marissa Meyer. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. This is book 2 in this series. Yeah, it's a series, trilogy, series, something like that. I haven't read it yet, but I love Marissa Meyer with my entire being, so I went ahead and picked it up. The next book I have is Speak by Lori House Anderson. This is the 20th anniversary edition, and it is a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I have never read this, but I think it is about Lori House Anderson's own experience with sexual violence. The next book I have here is The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg. All I know about is this one is I'm pretty sure there was like androids, robots type of situation, and they start developing feelings or something, maybe? The next one here is Irishaw and the Song of Death by Roshni Chokshi. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, and this is book 2 in this series. I haven't read book 1. I own it, but I am trying to collect all of the Rick Riordan Presents books, so this was another one that I needed. Speaking of Rick Riordan, I got The Ship of the Dead, which is book 3 in the Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard series. I haven't started this series yet, but I collect all of his books and I love all of his books, so I just had to buy it. And yet another Rick Riordan book is The Burning Maze, which is book 3 in the Trials of Apollo by Rick Riordan. Once again, haven't read the series, but I own all of them, so I had to just go ahead and pick up the one that I didn't have yet. And finally, this is it. My shelves look so empty, and this is going to be a nuisance to put back up. But I have Crown of Feathers by Nikki Palpretto. I don't know anything about this, and I'm pretty sure now that I see it, I got it mixed up with The Priory of the Orange Tree maybe, but this one has phoenixes. So, you know, some of these synopses are probably so wrong, but I tried. Okay. Breathe, we did it, we made it through. If you made it to the end of this video, let me know. I'm sorry if I like rushed through some of them. I like finished talking about some of them and I was like, oh, I didn't even tell you what it's about. But sometimes I don't even know what it's about. You know, that's the fun part of reading. I like going in blind. But anyway, let me know which one of these books I need to get to ASAP. Some of them I've already read, which is a good start. But that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, my social media links will be down below and I will see you next time. Bye!